What's up, what's up, what's up? How's everybody doing tonight? This is a good night, y'all. Let me get my, hold on. Let me plug some stuff in here. Hold on a second, y'all. If you're here right now, hit that like button down below. If you're here in the stream right now, hit that like button down below. We about to get ready, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing good. Let me go over to the Facebook really quick and throw the live up on there. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit that like button down below as soon as you get up in here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're going to get started in just a few seconds, man. Hold up. Alright, let me put this up in here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Mario versus Omarion versus, baby. Let's go. Alright. We up in there. We up in the live. I want to thank everybody for coming through tonight. Let's have some fun, man. Yo, come up in here. Hit that like button. As soon as you join the stream, I need you to hit that like button. I see the homie Blocker Time is in the building. Blocker Time, thanks for coming through. BC, whew, what's in my mouth? Whew, what's that? BC, thanks for coming through. BC says hello. BC, thanks for coming through. We got Cheryl Hayes. Cheryl Hayes, thanks for coming through, y'all. Listen, man, we gonna recap verses, y'all. I see my man Jason is in the building. I was going back and forth with Jason all night last night through this epic verses, yo. Let me read what Jason says. Jason says, what up, chat? The plug is in the building. My guy Mario caught a body last night. Listen, yo. Listen, yo. Y'all know I'm not much of an R&B guy. Yeah, I like my girl Mary J. Blige. I like Aaliyah, Mariah Carey. I like my R&B here and there. Shout out to Ashanti. I like my R&B here and there. But y'all know I'm not an R&B guy like that. I really don't be knowing these R&B artists. But when some of these songs come on, I was definitely getting in the groove. But like Jason just said, man, Mario won that versus hands down. But you know what? A lot of y'all watch the verses. We gonna get into the numbers tonight. I'm gonna laugh at all you haters. All you haters that was talking trash. Verses is over. This is a trash versus. Nobody wants to see my. We gonna get into that tonight. We gonna go through some numbers. But like Jason said, that boy Mario did catch a body last night, man. Omarion was playing catch up all of last night. And are we gonna talk about the earlier verses was better than the highlight? Whoa, we gonna talk about all that tonight, man. But before we get into that, I want to shout out BC. I want to shout out Blocker Time. Shout out Cheryl Hayes. Shout out the homie Jason. Thanks for coming through. We're going to be doing some verses recaps tonight. I'm going to throw up something on the screen right away. I'm not going to waste no time with y'all tonight, man. I'm not going to waste no time with y'all tonight. Was this the best verses? Hit the comments down below. And I know what y'all thinking. That Dipset versus the LOX. That Dipset versus the LOX was hailed as the best verses so far. Everybody is saying Dipset LOX was the best. Listen, I gotta tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. The ladies versus actually has been bringing in the best numbers, y'all. I don't know if y'all been peeping that Brandy versus Monica did huge numbers. I know they were late. I know Ashanti and what's her name were late. The Ashanti versus Keisha Cole did huge numbers, y'all. So we're gonna talk, are the best verses when the ladies come through and represent. Look at the numbers. Look at the picture I'm showing y'all down below. There's a lot of haters out there. Listen, man. I was online a few weeks before the verses popped off, okay? And I'm going to my Facebook, I'm going to my Instagram, I'm going to my Twitter feed, and a lot of people are dogging the verses. Nobody wants to see Mario. Nobody wants to see Bobby V. Nobody cares about RayJ. We don't want to see Mario. I seen it all. I was going back and forth, y'all. I peeped everybody talking trash about that verses. I saw a lot of y'all on there talking trash about that verses. Let me tell y'all something. I watched most of the verses. There's a few I've missed here and there. I watched most of the verses. Most of these verses, when the verses begins, when the artists come on stage and the verses begins, they're sub 100,000 views. Most of these verses that we have seen, when the verses starts, when the artist comes on stage and the verses begins, on Instagram, there is sub 100,000 viewers. Sometimes 65,000, sometimes 75, sometimes 85,000. Most of them are sub. Some verses don't even clock 100,000. Let's be real. Some verses don't even go past 100,000, which is not bad. Because you got 100,000 on IG, you got 100,000 on the Facebook. Remember, Facebook got a page too. Remember, Versus has a YouTube page and Thriller has a YouTube page. So IG sub 100,000 is not bad. Take a look at the picture below. Take a look at the picture on the screen right now. This is when the verses first started. This is when the artist first came on stage. 200,000 viewers on IG. You haters are mad today. We're going to go in on the haters tonight. We're going to go in on all you people talking about versus is dead, versus is over. Nobody wants to see a versus. 200,000 viewers on Instagram. Let me hit the chat. See what the chat's talking about up in here. Once you get it, you hit that like button down below once you're here tonight, y'all. Let me see what y'all talking about. I'm going to go back to BC. BC says, hello, BC. Blocker Time says, I watched last night's verses. Thank you, Blocker Time. Sherelle Hayes says, hey. Thank you, Sherelle Hayes. Jason says, what up, chat? Blocker Time says, Mario lost and Omarion won. Hands super down. What? No way, Blocker. No way, Blocker. No way, Blocker. No way. No way. I was Team Omarion. I was rooting for that boy Omarion last night. But in no way, no universe did Omarion win that versus. Blocker Time. No way, Blocker. Jason says, hell no, it wasn't the best verses. Okay, Jason, wait, Jason. We gonna go through some numbers tonight, Jason. I know what you're saying. When it comes to quality or the best entertaining verses, maybe we gonna go to some numbers tonight. Jason says, hell no, it wasn't the best verses. Sherelle Hayes says, it was crazy last night. Listen, I'm gonna stop right there on Sherelle Hayes' comment. I gotta say this, man. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's Timbo. I don't know if it's Swiss Beats. I don't know if they have some intern working with them. I don't know if it's somebody that put this together. I don't know if it's Triller. I don't know who it is. But whoever put together this versus, a main versus Mario on Omarion, and a sub versus with your boy Ray J. Listen, whoever put that together, whoever it is, Timbo, Swizz, the intern, somebody emailed y'all, whoever put it together, this was genius, y'all. I enjoyed the first verses more than I enjoyed the real verses last night. And no disrespect to Mario, no disrespect to Omarion. Mario did his thing, he performed, his vocals was crazy last night. Omarion did his thing, he had his people come out, he danced and did it. Omarion's mic was a little bit, we're going to talk about that too. No disrespect to Omarion, no disrespect to Mario. But in my opinion, the pre-verses with Ray J and them boy, that was better. Bobby V, that was better, more entertaining than the verses. Hit the comments, y'all. Let me hear what y'all got to say about this. Cheryl Hayes, thank you for that. Cheryl Hayes says, it was crazy last night. It was. Jason said, what up, blocker? Cheryl Hayes says, Shaka Khan versus also. Shaka Khan was a good verses too, yo. I gotta admit, I'm a big fan. I love Shaka Khan. I love Shaka Khan's energy, yo. She just has a nice energy. But, again, I'm gonna go back. My favorite verses is still the Lox versus Dipset. Also, I really enjoyed the Ashanti versus Keisha Cole. And I really enjoyed the Bounty Killer versus Beanie Man. Those are maybe my 3 favorite verses. I go back and forth with 1 or 2. I like the Jeezy, Gucci, you know, but those are my favorite verses. But that Shaka Khan versus, I love Shaka Khan, man. I really enjoy that verses too. Shaka Khan is so humble, and that she's just a beautiful person. Thank you for that, Cheryl Hayes. Blocker Time says, I don't know about that, bro, but last night versus is the best R&B versus. Listen, when it comes to numbers, no versus has begun with 200,000 views. None. Hold up, man. Hold up. Y'all think last night's numbers was a joke, huh? Y'all think last night's numbers was a joke, huh? Let's put another clip up there. Let's put another clip. The views went up. 245,000. The views went up last night. I'm gonna hit some comments, yo. I see Jason. Jason says, I was Team Ray J and Bobby V, but I admit Team Pleasure P and Sammy surprised me with the upset win. I don't know, Jason. I actually did like Ray J and Bobby V for the win. It was close. I can't front. Sammy and Pleasure P, they did their thing. I actually did, Jason. I actually enjoyed the pre-verses more than the verses. So I actually enjoyed Ray J and Bobby V. Bobby V did his thing, man. Bobby V got on the piano. They had the better guest appearances. We're going to get into that too, man. I see BC got a comment. BC says, Omarion had the same issue as Bun B. He had no backing vocals like Mario did with the music. Let's stop there, yo, on BC's comment. BC, thank you for that comment, yo. Let's stop there on BC's comment. I agree. There was something going on last night. When Omarion was performing, his vocals was not as good as Mario's vocals. I'm not going to make no excuses. Mario's vocals were much better than Omarion's vocals. There's no doubt in that. Hit the comments, let me know if you don't admit. But Mario had better vocals than Omarion. But there was a huge difference in the performance of the mics. I don't know if they did a mic check before. I don't know, but there was something about Omarion's vocals on his mic. It just did not sound as clean and as crisp as Mario's mic. Again, I want to be clear. I want to be clear, yo. Mario smashed it with the vocals. No doubt. You can hear the difference in the vocals. But there was something going on with Omarion's mic. It did not sound as good as how Mario's mic. Even when they were playing the songs in the background, Mario's sounds sounded way better than Omarion's. Omarion sounded a little bit tamed down, but again, I don't want to make any excuses. Hands down, Mario had the better performance last night. Okay, let's not play around with that. Hands down, Mario won that Verzuz last night over Omarion. If we're gonna talk about the Bobby V, Pleasure P, and RayJ, that's different. I think RayJ and Bobby V took that one. Thank you for that. Let me throw another number up there for y'all, man. All you haters that was hating on Verzuz, all you haters, let me tell y'all something. 200. You see the screen. 291,000 people on Instagram. You see the screen. So last night, like I said, for the last week, I've been watching my Instagram, I'm watching my Facebook, I'm watching my Twitter. I'm seeing everybody saying, I'm not going to watch this Verzuz. This Verzuz is going to be garbage. Nobody wants to see. You know what's crazy, y'all? You know what's crazy? While I was watching, I watched Verzuz on multiple screens. I watched the Verzuz on my big screen TV with my surround sound. I watch it on YouTube. I have Verzuz on my cell phone. I watch it on my IG. And sometimes I also have it on my tablet. So I'm watching Verzuz on different screens. And I'm monitoring my Twitter. I'm monitoring my IG. Listen, y'all. All the people that I've been seeing all last week talking trash, that they're not going to watch the Verzuz. They don't care about this Verzuz. This Verzuz is going to be trash. Listen, they were all watching the Verzuz. All of them were commenting. Listen, man, y'all gotta take a big L. I ain't talking about big L from up Harlem. You're gonna have to take a big L. All of y'all naysayers, every time y'all say Verzuz is done, Verzuz just proves y'all wrong. They were all online last night watching Verzuz. 291,000 viewers on IG. Let's go again. Let's move on throughout the night. Let's move on towards the night, y'all. Alright? 320. Come on, man. Let me hit the comments, man. Stay Dangerous Show is in the building. Stay Dangerous Show, thanks for joining. Stay Dangerous Show says, yes, sir, that's true. Jason says, yeah, my guy Bobby V held it down with the strength emojis. Jason, you're right. Jason has another comment. Jason says, nah, Omarion's vocals were bad because he was eating water. Jason, chill. That was a little bit strange, though. That was, if you didn't watch the Verzuz, there was a time last night where Omarion introduced his brother. His brother was in the back behind the DJ, right behind the DJ. He said, hey, my brother's here, with me, and the crowd loved it. And Omarion brought out a piece of watermelon, and his brother came down. He had a piece of watermelon. So if you see watermelon emojis running around the internet today, it's because Omarion and his brother performed a song where they were eating watermelon. Let me repeat Jason's comment. Jason says, nah, Omarion's vocals were bad because he was eating watermelons. Yo, y'all are disrespectful, man. Thank you for that, Jason. Blocker Time has a comment. Blocker Time says, what about song selection? Song selection goes to Mario as well. Again, Omarion did not have a bad, he didn't have a bad verses. It wasn't that he was bad. It wasn't that he performed songs that the crowd did. The crowd was into it. The crowd was packed. The ladies were loving it. He was dancing. He brought out his dancers. They were having fun. It was a beautiful experience, Blocker. But Omarion just Mario just performed better. Mario presented to the crowd better. Mario had better. He sounded better. He had he was just more energized than Omarion. Mario just seemed like he came prepared for the verses, and he made it happen. But I think the biggest thing for Mario last night was that his vocals sounded way better than Omarion. It sounded like, well, Mario did say he's still touring, so it sounded like his voice just sounded much better than Omarion. No disrespect to Omarion. No disrespect. Mario just sounded better. That's it. That's it. There you see Young Berg, Hitmaker, hitting the stage. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. 320-something thousand viewers. Jason says, Omarion mic had watermelon seeds in it. Yo, Jason is going wild tonight. I see Iman in the building. Iman, thanks for coming through. Cheryl Hayes has a comment. Cheryl Hayes says, the mics was crazy, but Mario sang without the background. Oh, just looked like a dancer last night. And that's correct, yo. Omarion, let me not take anything away from Omarion. Omarion came prepared. Okay? Omarion had good sound selection. He had good guests. There's a lot of guys came. He had good guests. He had backup dancers. He had choreography. I'm not taking anything away from Omarion. Omarion came prepared. He came prepared for the verses. He had his slate. He did his thing. He switched it up on fly. I saw him back there talking to his DJ, making changes on the fly. Omarion came prepared. There's nothing bad to say about what Omarion did. But Mario outshined him. Mario won the verses. And I gotta say this too. Shout out to artists that's doing verses. It got chippy last night. Words started to get thrown back and forth last night. But they kept it cordial. They kept it professional. They dapped it up. They hugged it up. They sang songs together. They would say, I gotta give it to these guys. There's a lot of artists out there, when someone starts making jokes or saying things about them, they want to lash out. Last night's verses was very, very professional. So shout out to the verses last night. Shout out to Cheryl Hayes for that comment. Thank you for that, Cheryl. Blocker Time is insisting Mario lost. I got a comment from Iman. Iman, thanks for always coming through. Iman says, I hope they do more 5-hit wonder tag team battles. But hear what though? I'm going to stop right there on Iman's comment. Iman, thanks for that comment. Iman is right though. Even though it's a funny comment, I'm going to read it again. Iman says, I hope they do more 5-hit wonder tag team battles. When I first saw this verses announced, that there was going to be a main verses with Omarion versus Mario, and then there were going to be a sub versus Bobby V, RayJ, and I wasn't with it. I wasn't with it. I didn't understand it. And this is the good thing about verses. Me, I didn't see it. I didn't understand it. Why do we need a verses with a sub-verses? Why do we need a RayJ verses? Why do we need a Sammy? Why do we need a Bobby V? I didn't see it. But let me tell you all this, y'all. And listen, I'm a man. When I'm wrong, yo. When I'm wrong, I'm going to get up in here and tell y'all I was wrong. I was wrong about this verses. I said I wasn't going to watch this verses. I said I didn't care about who's on this verses. I said I don't know what numbers this verses is going to do. I was wrong. This verses had the biggest numbers all throughout the night. The numbers stayed steady, climbing all throughout the night. This was a very entertaining verses. Okay? And this verses also proved to me that they can change the formula. We don't always need 1 versus 1. Like you just said, 5 versus 5, 3 versus 3, 2 versus 2. Listen, when I'm wrong, yo. I was wrong about this verses. So again, shout out to Timbo. Shout out to Swiss Beats. Shout out to whoever the intern is giving your ideas. I don't know if it is. Shout out to Thriller. Whoever it is that put together this verses. Y'all did an amazing job, man. I'm not even going to sit here and try to lie to you. I see Triborough Gigolo is in the building. Don't forget, yo, go subscribe to Triborough Gigolo's page. 80s, 90s, 2000s hip-hop, yo. Triborough got all that great hip-hop. He got R&B. He got movies. He do old school TV shows. Yo, listen, yo. Shout out to the boy, Triborough Gigolo. He's in the chat right now. Go check out his page. 80s, 90s, 2000s hip-hop, yo. He got all the great stuff we talk about. Shout out to Triborough. Let me hit Triborough's comment, yo. Triborough says, salute to the chat. Triborough says, not a fan of these artists. They ruined R&B in the 2000s. Oh, listen. When Triborough talks about 80s, 90s, and 2000s music, listen, I know we think that we know music. I know some of us think that we know everything about music, but take it from Triborough. Triborough knows his music, man. He gets deep into it. He gives you some insights into some old school stuff. He was talking about some Duran stuff. He jumps over to 80s and 90s. Listen, shout out to Triborough. Triborough says, not a fan of these artists. They ruined R&B in the 2000s. Wow. Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy. I'm gonna jump back up to BC. BC has a comment. BC says, RayJ acting like he was the main event kept me tuned in. Yo, listen, yo. Last night versus, we got extra. That versus ended, what time it ended? It ended like around 12 or 1, I think like 1:30. I didn't write it down. That versus ended really late last night. They didn't want to get off the stage. RayJ and Sammy and Bobby V, they didn't want to get off the stage. And even when we got into the Mario versus Omarion, they didn't want to get off the stage. So yeah, listen, we got an epic versus last night. BC, thank you for that comment. Let me see some more comments down here. Jason says, Iman, what up? Jason says, Triborough, what up? Block of Time says, Fat Joe should have never made no damn jokes. But anyway, that's actually my favorite verses. So Block of Time likes the Fat Joe versus Ja Rule. I like that. That was a good verses too. Triborough Gigolo has another comment. Triborough says, do we really need a Memphis Bleak versus? Whoa, Triborough, whoa. Man, yo, listen, I'm so hyped for the Memphis versus, yo, I'm sorry, let me read the comment. Let me read the comment. Triborough Gigolo says, do we really need a Memphis Bleak versus Joel Santana versus? I can't name 10 tracks from Bleak. The disrespect, yo. The disrespect. I'm going to say this, though. With this versus being so successful, I don't think the Bleak Santana is gonna do these kind of numbers. It's not. Let me throw one more number up there for y'all. Ladies, these ladies really showed out last night, yo. Ladies showed out. Y'all ladies, y'all showed the hell out last night, y'all. Y'all showed why y'all run things. Let me throw another slide up there. Alright? So, like I told y'all, throughout the night, when they first came out, we were at 200,000 on IG. It went up to over 300,000 on IG. Alright, so the numbers kept on climbing. Alright. I'm going to go back to Tribora's comment. Do we really need a Memphis Bleak versus Joel Santana? I can't name 10 tracks from Bleak with the laughing emoji. I think with the Bleak and Santana versus, they should not try to do this versus on their own. I think this versus between Santana and Bleak, they have to bring out the others. Like, I know me, I'm a fan of Bleak. I'm a fan of Rockefeller, but Triborough is speaking truth. When it comes to Memphis Bleak is not really a national artist like that. Yes, there are some cities where people know who Bleak is, but when it comes to big hit songs, I don't think the nation, the world knows Bleak like that. So Triborough has some truth in what he's saying. So if Bleak is going to do his verses, Bleak has to bring out the others. He has to bring out Trick Daddy to do that song. Maybe bring out T.I. He's got to bring out the Rockefeller family. He has to bring out Beanie Siegel, Chris and Neve, Young Guns, P. He had Freeway. He has to bring out the others. Even make a call to Emil. Listen, I know a lot of people out there talk bad about Emil, make jokes about Emil. One of Bleak's biggest songs is For the Fam, which is on Emil's album. And if Bleak can get Emil to come out on that stage and perform, it will be a plus for Bleak. Same thing goes with Santana. I think Santana is a bigger artist than Bleak. Santana has more hit songs than Bleak. Again, I'm a Bleak fan, but I'm a realist. Okay, so Santana does have some bigger hits than Bleak, but Santana cannot hold down a verses by himself. You're not going to keep that crowd. You're not going to keep the Instagram crowd. You're not going to keep... Santana also has to bring out the others. Maybe Lil Wayne. Remember, he has the whole mixtape run with Lil Wayne. He has songs with some big artists. Maybe bring out Jim Jones. I hope Bleak and Santana does not go into their verses thinking that they can do it on their own. Bleak, you my man. You know what it is, Bleak. You my mans. But you have to bring the others to make it an entertaining verses. Triborough, thank you for that comment. Jason got a comment. Jason says the plug. Jason is the plug, yo. Jason got his private chat with Swizz and Timbo. They got a group chat. Jason be on. Anyway, Jason says the plug, saying Chris Brown currently in talks of doing a versus. No word on the label matchup versus yet. Memphis Bleak versus Joel Santana is on July 21st. So if Memphis Bleak and Joel's is on the 21st, remember the the verses with the first label matchup has to happen before that. So I'm thinking maybe the second week of July we're gonna see that versus matchup. But don't worry, yo, we got the plug, we got Jason. Jason got the group chat with Swiss Beats and Timbo. So as soon as Jason gets what's coming next, we gonna get it, yo. Shout out to Jason, shout out to the plug. Thanks for all of that. Triborough says, I think Timbo and Swiss sipping too much wine making these matchups. Let me ask you this, Triborough. Let me ask you this, Triborough. Last night's verses, I want to get a rating from you, Triborough. I want to get a rating because I know you're very versed on 80s and 90s and you're very versed in your R&B. I'm not too good with the R&B. I'm hit or miss. Triborough, what do you rate last night's verses? If you watched it, if you watched the entire verses, I want to hear what your rating is from last night's verses, Triborough. Drop a rating. Let me hear what you rated. I want to put a picture up on the screen, y'all. I want to put a picture up on the screen, and I want to talk about this for a second. Okay? I'm going to hit some comments first before we talk about this picture right here. Give me a second. Let me go to the comments. Jason says, and Beanie Siegel was on his IG Live the other day telling Nori, stop ducking him. Beanie, Nori, make it happen, man. We want to see that. Nori versus Beanie. Let that happen, man. Come on. Triborough says appreciate it. No doubt, Triborough. You know I love your channel, man. You got mad knowledge. Shout out to Triborough. Triborough said Bleak won't last 5 rounds unless he calls for backup. J, state properly. G to K, LOL. I agree. I agree, Triborough. I want to see the others. I don't want to see Bleak only. Iman has a comment. Iman says, is Bleak Jewels official yet? I think it is official, Iman, because they've talked about it. And it looks like it's July 21st. So I think it is official. Triborough replied July 21st, Iman. So it looks like it is July 21st, Santana versus Bleak. Jason says, I knew he was going to get mad. We has VSW, V-Sway G. V-Sway G. V-Sway G, thanks for coming through. V-Sway G has a comment. Memphis Bleak going to have to bring out Jay-Z. Woo! Listen, V-Sway G, we all know Jay ain't coming out. We all know that. Jay wants to do his own verses. Jay's going to wait till verses is 2-3 years down the line. He's going to want to do a big stadium. He's going to go do some big verses. We all know Jay ain't coming out for no Bleak versus Santana. But V-Sway Z, if it happens, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is, man. Thank you for that comment, V-Sway G. Appreciate it. Jason also commented, Iman, it's on July 21st. Triborough says, who knew Omarion would be trending? Laughing emoji. That's right, yo. Watermelon is in the treads. Triborough says, Bleak was the hype man. Who is he kidding? Ooh. Damn, y'all killing Bleak tonight, bro. Triborough says, it should be Bleak versus Split Star. Oh, nah, bro. Triborough Jiggler says, it should be Bleak versus Spliff Star for best hype man. Wow. That's disrespectful. Nah. Iman has a comment. Iman says, I'm from Harlem. I used to go to the Dipset cookouts. Can't wait. Yeah, man, Santana got some hits, yo. I'm not going to sleep on Santana. I'm not. Santana got hits. Let me make some more comments. Triborough has another comment. Triborough said, Jay not showing up. I expect Bleak to get washed early. Whoa. Jason says, Triborough low blow. LOL, Bleak is Split Star. Y'all got jokes tonight, man. Let me make some more comments, man. Sean Colbert, thanks for coming through. Sean says, yo, my boy. Thank you, thank you. Sean says, crazy, bleak, not weak. Thank you. Thank you. It's The Rock. We coming through. Alright, I'm going to hit a few more comments. Let me hit a few more comments. Sean says, y'all really forgetting he got some heat talking about Memphis Bleak. I'm going to hit another Sean Colbert comment. He says, Tri-Borough Gigolo. Listen to Coming of Age from Bleak. Woo! Alright, that's what's up. Alright, let me throw a picture up here for y'all. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this right here. Was this the best verses? I've been asking y'all that all night long. I said, shout out to Swiss B, shout out to Timbo, shout out to whoever put this verses together. This was an epic verses. The numbers are the best we've ever seen. I'm laughing at all y'all out there on Twitter, on Instagram, that was talking trash. All of y'all was watching, because I was watching y'all Twitter pages last night. Y'all was watching the verses, even though y'all said y'all wasn't going to watch it, and y'all was commenting. So y'all taking a big L, and not Harlem big L. Y'all taking a big L. But anyway, this is amazing verses. This also showed that verses can evolve into something different. We've seen a lot of 1 versus 1s. We've seen some 2 versus 2s. We've seen some groups versus groups. Last night we saw 2 different verses on the same ballot, and might I say, the Bobby V, RayJ, Sammy, and Bobby, that was actually better than the main verses. But I want you guys to take a look at the picture down below. Let me enhance it just a little bit. Let me just show you. I've been telling you guys for a while now that the people that talk bad about verses and say it's washed up, it's done, it's over, I don't think they understand what verses is anymore. Like, when we were locked in the home through COVID, we were all locked into watching verses on our cell phones. Excuse me. We were watching on our tablets. We were watching it in the house. America is starting to open back up now. The world is starting to open back up now. People are actually back outside doing things. That's why the statement that 50 Cent made like last year when he said nobody want to do a versus, everybody's outside now. Take a look at the picture. And this is what versus is now. Versus is a concert series. Versus can set up 5 or 10 verses per year. It's going to sell out, y'all. This versus was sold out. This venue was sold out. Look at the crowd. They had 2 levels. And I was cracking jokes last night that 90% of the crowd was ladies. There was a lot of women out there. Look at the numbers. 200,000. Listen, there was one time last night when Omarion and RayJ when Omarion and Mario really started their verses. Let me give you all some numbers. This was 11:34. 11:34. Mario and Omarion started their verses. On IG, there was over 329,000 concurrent viewers. Now remember, Versus has IG, Versus has a YouTube page. On YouTube, there was over 147,000. That's over 500,000 viewers. And this is only when Omarion and them came on. So you add that to the crowd that sold out tickets. You can see it for yourself. There's 2 levels. The crowd was into it. They sold out tickets. IG is packed. YouTube page is packed. Thriller has a YouTube page. Thriller has the Thriller. I didn't even see the Thriller app numbers. Swizz Beatz and Timbo, they usually throw out the Thriller numbers later. So we're going to see what Thriller app did, people that paid to watch it. But 500,000 viewers alone were on IG and YouTube. That's a success, y'all. I don't understand why people think that Verzuz is dying. How? No other performance did these kind of numbers, y'all. None. I'm not gonna sit here and cap to y'all. I've been watching Verzuz all the way through. These were the best numbers I've seen so far. Look at the crowd that's coming out to watch Verzuz. Listen, y'all. Don't matter what Verzuz they put out there, people are gonna buy tickets, and people are gonna view it on social media. Verzuz is not going anywhere. I'm gonna throw one more number up there for y'all, and then we're gonna close this thing out. Let me throw one more number up there for y'all, because there were, like I said, there were a few guest appearances last night as well. Let me throw your boy up there. Y'all like this guy, Tank showed up last night. So last night, one of the things I love about Verzuz, I think is one of the most intriguing pieces of Verzuz for me, is seeing the guest appearances. I love seeing guest appearances. And last night there was a slew. Like I said, Young Berg was there. Brandy was in the crowd. There were a lot of big names out there. So again, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this was the best Verzuz so far? It was the best numbers. Where do you guys rank this Verzuz out of all the Verzuz so far? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me hit some comments. See what y'all talking about. Excuse me. Triborough Gigolo has a comment. Triborough says, how many real hits you think Bleak has, Sean, at Sean Corbett? Ooh, that's a good question. As a fan of Bleak, I don't think I can answer that because I'm a fan. Real hits, y'all go ahead in the comments down below. Sean says, Triborough Gigolo, listen to Coming of Age. Triborough Gigolo says, Busta Rhymes versus Jay-Z would be a better matchup. Let's leave Flip Mode out of the battle blocker. I don't want to see Busta versus Jay-Z. I don't think Busta is on Jay-Z's level. I know we had a Busta versus Jay-Z back in the days, but when it comes to hit records and what we did for the culture, I think Jay-Z is way surpassed Busta Rhymes, so I don't want to see Busta J. But thank you for that, Triborough. Triborough also says, Coming of Age had bangers. I'm talking about hit records. There is a difference, and this is at Sean Corbett. And Triborough has a good point too. I'm a fan of Bleak, so some of the songs that Bleak gonna hit, I'm gonna be into. But he has a point. Are they hit songs? Does everybody in the U.S., does your grandmother know these Bleak songs? Does people overseas know these Bleak songs? So are they hit records? There is a difference. I gotta agree with Triborough on that. Triborough has another comment. DJ Premier versus RZA is still my favorite. That was a good Verzuz, y'all. That is actually, Triborough, that's actually a Verzuz that's on Tidal that I play a lot. Remember, the next day after Verzuz, Tidal usually puts the Verzuz on their channel. So you get all the songs that Verzuz performed that night. Tidal does a playlist the next day. So I usually go into Tidal, download the playlist, and I usually bump it. And that RZA versus Premier, I go back to that all the time. That's one of my favorite playlists from Verzuz. Thank you for that, Triborough. Triborough says KRS-One versus Big Daddy Kane was epic. I love that one. I'm a big KRS-One fan. I'm a big Kane fan. I think KRS-One took that one. Kane did his thing too. Kane showed out, but I'm a huge KRS-One fan. That was a pretty good Verzuz as well. Blocker Tom says, "Alright, bro, I can be Busta Rhymes versus Jay-Z." That was Blocker. Let me hit some more comments before we get up out of here. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming through, man. We see Sweetie, Teddy, Sweaty or Sweetie? Sweetie or Sweaty? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Got a comment. Says Locks versus Dipset, best versus period. I can't argue with that, man. As a New York native, as a person that's into bars, I'm into bars. That Dipset versus the Locks, that versus was what's up. That was an amazing versus. We're gonna throw some more pictures up here of artists that showed up last night. You got a lot of people showed up last night for the verses. Again, big numbers last night. Sweaty Teddy has another comment. He said, Mario bodied that boy. Yeah, man. Yeah. Mario took that win. Again, I do think that Omarion had something wrong with his vocals on his mic. It just didn't sound as crisp and clean as Mario's mic, but Mario was hitting the vocals, man. Mario was, whew. Shout out to Mario, man. Mario did his thing. Iman has a comment. Iman says, we need a female rap versus. Woo! Lil Kim, stop playing. Foxy Brown, stop playing. Nicki Minaj, stop playing. Remy Ma, stop playing. Stop playing with the people. Y'all getting paid for verses now. Come out and play. Listen, man, if you want to support the channel, don't forget, hit the PayPal link down below if you ever want to support 16 Bars. Merch is coming, yo. By next week, we should be announcing merch. Look out for the merch. Tomorrow is Freestyle Friday. Check out Freestyle Friday. Over the weekend, we got some more videos coming out. Don't forget, Throwback Thursday was yesterday. Go back and check out the Throwback Thursday. We got a video from the Rockefeller days in the Tunnel, in the grimiest club in New York City, the Tunnel. We got some more Rating of the Bars coming up. Look out for that over the weekend or next week. We also got some more album reviews coming up next week. Keep tuned to the channel, man. We got a lot of stuff coming on. I'm going to hit a few more comments before we get up out of here. One more time. Sweaty Teddy said, Mario body that boy. Iman says, we need a female rap versus. Iman says, maybe a tag team battle for the ladies. Gotta be good. Let's do a East Coast versus West Coast. Let's do a Lady of RayJ and somebody from the West and do a Lil Kim versus Iman. I'm gonna read Iman's comment again. Iman says, maybe a tag team battles for the ladies. I'm with that. Shout out to Iman for that comment. Blocker says, I disagree. Sean Colbert says, Lil Kim versus Eve. Remember, Eve already did a versus. Eve went against Trina. Eve did that versus where Eve was in Europe. Trina was in Miami. So Eve already went. But I want to see Lil Kim. Sean, I want to see Lil Kim do a versus. I would love to see Lil Kim put out 20 of her favorite tracks against another female. I think that would be epic. Thank you for that, Sean. Tribar says Salt and Pepper needs a versus. Woo! Woo! I love me some Salt and Pepper. Y'all better have Spinderella as your DJ. Don't play with me, Salt and Pepper. Y'all do a versus. Spinderella has to be your DJ. Shout out to that. Tribar says Salt and Pepper versus Kid and Play, hosted by Martin Lawrence. They're all friends and worked at Sears together. Oh, that's some info I didn't know. Okay, they all work at the store Sears. If you don't know what Sears is, Sears is like a Bloomingdale's or like a Macy's. Sears was a big store back in the days. I don't know if there's any more Sears around. I don't see them. But wow, that's some good info. Salt and Pepper versus Kid and Play. I might go Salt and Pepper, y'all, over Kid and Play. I might pick Salt and Pepper over Kid and Play, man. That's a good one. Okay, okay. Blocker says Eve already did a versus. That's true. Sweaty Teddy said, what about Snoop versus DMX? That was another one of my favorite verses as well. I'm a big Snoop fan. I'm a big DMX fan. I really enjoyed that Verzuz. I didn't like how DMX was a little bit out of shape for that Verzuz. They had to take a break and all that. But again, Tidal puts the Verzuz on their app the next day. I go back to that Snoop versus DMX on my Tidal all the time. That's another one I replay all the time. Thank you for that, Sweaty Teddy. Sean says, I forgot. No problem, no problem. Triborough says, Ray's got one album and a couple of features. So, Triborough, I think Ray should be good to do one of those features, like how they did last night with RayJ and Bobby V. If Ray's want to do a Verzuz, I think that would be nice for them to do a featured Verzuz with a couple artists together. I'm going to hit 2 more comments, and we're going to be up out of here, man. We got about to go hit some pool. The fellas downstairs bumping the music, so we're going to go out, have some fun tonight. Let me hit 2 more comments. I'm going to hit Sean, and I'm going to hit Triborough. Sean Colbert says, Yo-Yo versus Moni Love. I'm going with Moni Love, man. What's wrong with y'all? No disrespect to Yo-Yo. Shout out Yo-Yo. I'm going with Moni Love. And final comment, Triborough Gigolo says, I like that matchup. Moni Love is severely slept on at Sean Cole. Yo, so thank you for that, Sean. Thank you for that, Triborough Gigolo. Don't forget, man, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. If you're here right now, hit that like button. Give this video a like. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up over the weekend. Turn on your notifications, y'all. It's your boy Onslaught Tree. This is 16 Bars.